Hey there and welcome to another Halo action figure review video. Today we are taking a look at the UNSC Marine action figure, and like most of the Halo figures, they don't come with a whole lot, an accessory, a figure stand, a game code, and it even says down here he comes with Commando Rifle. So there's not much to it. Flip it around, there's nothing on the back except for this really cool piece of art, this pose. There's really nothing on the sides at all. It's mostly one of those rare times where the figure is the main event. So I say let's get this thing open, let's take a look at it and enjoy this figure and see what he's all about. Alright, we're back and he's out of the package. The few accessories he does come with is right here in front of us. So the first thing I'll mention is he comes with this game add-on for the Xbox, Halo Infinite. To my understanding, the game has been delayed until sometime next year, 2021. It was delayed because it was supposed to be out, I believe, already. And so this code will unlock some game add-on. I don't know what. I haven't attempted to check on the codes to see what they release. But as soon as I find out, I will let you know. I'll throw that off to the side for now. He also then comes with a figure stand and a rifle. So let's take a peek at the accessories first. He comes with this Commando Rifle. It looks a little bit different than Master Chief's assault rifle. If we flip it around over here, there is a peg right there that will attach to his back so he can carry this rifle on his back. You want to be a little bit careful. Notice my gun is a little bent. It is kind of a soft rubbery, it's like a soft plastic, not rubbery. But if you do this a lot, it's going to bend around on you. So you want to be a little bit careful with this gun. But this is the Commando Rifle. He also comes with this figure stand. It has two pegs on it. Kind of has like some grass. You can kind of see some wet or dry dirt just under the surface. You'll notice there's these little slats along the side. These can attach to other figure stands like this one that came with the solo version of Master Chief. To hook them together, you'll do something like this, kind of crosswise and snap it together, and then you've got like a little field there. I hope at some point they consider selling a whole bunch of these. That'd be neat to kind of make terrain that matches for the figures or something. I don't know. But that's really kind of cool that they can hook together like that. Now we're going to take a look at the figure here. And I gotta say, this is a really cool looking figure. You'll notice that he's a lot smaller than the Master Chief. Here's Master Chief to kind of give you an idea. He's quite a bit smaller than Master Chief because, well, Master Chief is like 7 or 8 feet tall compared to these like average of 6 feet tall guys, if they're in real life. But he looks really cool. I love this camo. I love the armor on here. He'd make a really good kind of like generic green shirt troop. I mean, I know he's a Marine, but like, you know, you could probably get this for G.I. Joe figures and have kind of like an army of figures behind him. I'm going to grab Lowlight here again from G.I. Joe real quick and kind of hold it next to him. So you can see that they're about the same height there, even though Lowlight's got some back problems. Let's grab Barbecue. These are my go-to figures at the moment. And as you can see, they're actually really close to about the same height. So yeah, they're pretty compatible, I would say, look-wise. There may be a few little odd things, like the knees that are different, but I think you've got a good figure here that you could blend in with the G.I. Joe figures real easy. He's got this black knife right here on his torso or his chest armor. It does not come out, it's molded in, so this is probably something that you want to be careful of. It may kind of break off or fall off at some point. The gun and holster on his right thigh also does not come out. This is molded onto the leg, so there's another piece that if you're not real careful, it may come out. He's got some neat shoulder armor. He's got a really cool helmet, I gotta say. And just generally speaking, this guy's just cool overall. He looks neat. He has these really neat look to him. So let's take a peek at his articulation and see what he can do. His head will rotate all the way around, and he's got a strange, I'm going to pop his head off here. He's got an interesting kind of like, if you can see that, let me back up there, a double ball barbell type joint that allows him to bend around at the neck and the head. So you can do some interesting poses. It's really cool. The head is loose feeling, but no matter what you do to it, it stays in that position. It doesn't like fall around. And I'm wondering if during the lifetime of the figure, if it will stay that way, because it does feel pretty loose. His arms will rotate all the way around, but because of these shoulder pads, there is a little bit of a limited articulation how high. He can go up about that high. He's got a rotatable elbow, and there's a hinge, so he can bend his arm. It's almost 90 degrees, not quite, but it's a nice little hinge there. His wrists will rotate, and he's got a vertical, which means up and down, a vertical hinge for the wrist. His torso will wiggle around. Doesn't really do an ab crunch real well. Let's see if I can get my hands out of here, but it's hard to hold him by the head. So he wiggles about that much, but he can twist and rotate around and do some really cool stuff. The waist, even though it looks like there's a little gap there and that it should, his waist won't rotate, so I'm kind of disappointed that, you know, when you tear these things apart, this piece actually is a separate area. I'm kind of disappointed that you can't rotate the waist around like you can on the Fortnite figures. The legs. He can't really do some splits here because of the way the thigh rotation works right here. So he can go up about that high in splits. But if you rotate his legs just quite right, then he can do better splits. So it's all based off of how you rotate the legs. The thighs have kind of a diagonal cut there. And it's kind of neat because I think that might actually be kind of like how people really truly bend their legs as opposed to the regular just circular rotation. He does have a double pin knee, and the knees are massive. I'll just say that these knees, look at those things. They are a massive joint. They've got quite the pin system going on here, and they're really big. They are really big. I'm going to grab a Fortnite figure here real quick and kind of show you a comparison here. But the Halo knees are massive. There, if you can see the difference there, they're a smaller kind of a pin, and this is a bigger pin. Let's see, G.I. Joe, they do have double pin, kind of, but it's not, yeah, they kind of do. But they don't jump out as being massive knees either. Man, those things, those are massive. If I have a recommendation to Wicked Cool Toys or Jazzwares or whoever's leading this thing up now, I would say work on the knee. Rework these knees just a little bit. They're cool. They bend like crazy good, but they're massive. Visually, they're like bizarre. If you get someone like completely on their knees here, let me trying to get this one. You know, you can stand them practically on their knees. Those knees are like massive. Sorry, I just gone off on the knees. I didn't mean to. Gee whiz. All right, then the last portion is the ankle. I got to get this guy straightened out. He's a bendy almost. So the ankles will rotate, and they do have the vertical hinge as well, the up and down hinge. He does have holes in the bottom of the feet, so he can peg onto his figure stand quite nicely. And as I mentioned before, he does have a hole in his back for his Commando Rifle to go. So then he can just reach on back here and grab that thing, pull it out, and be whoosh, ready to go. Kind of like so. But really, you know, there's a few little things that I don't like about him, but there's a lot more I do like. And I think he really would make a really cool addition to, like, I don't know, some sort of a team of G.I. Joe to where, you know, these could be the green shirts. Maybe. Maybe. I'm sure there's customizers out there who are ready to go. Go find this figure, $9.99 at Target. Soon they might be on Amazon, might be on Walmart, but right now they're on Target. Go get them up in the Mega Bloks section in the aisles if you have to go hunting. But yeah, really cool figure. I really like this figure. I was going to point out here real quick the height, because Wicked Cool Toys advertised this as a 3.75-inch line, and the only 3.75-inch line that I'm aware of is the O-ring G.I. Joe figures, because when G.I. Joe came back as the modern articulation, was actually 4 inches tall. And so I've been thinking that maybe that was some sort of a misprint or is based off of 3.75, and really and truly maybe they're actually 4 inches. So when I looked at this and I measured it, this guy is really, really close to 4 inches. Now I'm shooting down just a little bit, but put it behind barbecue here and he's like right about 4 inches. This guy's right about 4. I'm pretty confident this guy is not actually purely 3.75 inch. So I'm going to refer to these as like a 4-inch line, 4-inch figures. So if you don't, look at, that's a pretty close comparison there. So I'm going to call it 4 inches. You can argue and disagree with me in the comments section if you would like. If you're someone from the company, maybe you would let me know why this is called a 3.75 inch line. Because he's not really. Even, I'll do this even. Kind of put him at the right angle of the camera. And if you notice, that's about the base right there. He still comes in at about 4 inches. So anyway, he's a really cool figure. One more thing to do before I wrap this up, and that is, we're going to bring the Warthog out. That's right. The Warthog. Look at that, how tall he is next to it. So I imagine he's going to fit into here pretty good. Like that. Oh, doesn't he look good? That's like a vehicle he should own, don't you think? This is his daily driver here. This is awesome. We'll take him out, and he can peg on back here, and he can do some gunnery fighting. But you can't see that because it's out of view of my camera. And there we go. Now he can do some gunning up there, huh? Well, there. Kind of do something like that. You want to mess with this dude? He's kind of at an odd angle, but everything about the line is blending really pretty good together. So, great vehicle. Check out my other video. Great vehicle. Great figure. Great generic troop. The Marine. UNSC Marine. Well, anyway, take a look at you. There we go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. And if this video helped you, please drop a like. That would be really wonderful. And if you want to be notified when more of these types of videos come out, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon. I will be talking about all the Halo figures. We're going to begin with 4-inch. We'll move into 6-inch. Who knows? Maybe if I ever find the 12-inch, we'll talk about those too. But I talk about G.I. Joe and Halo, or G.I. Joe, Fortnite, and now Halo. So thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you in the next video.